Shalom. First, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone from whom I learned this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 elect. I am Mayakala. And this one is more geared toward a reminder of what I'm doing. And I pray that it also be helpful for those who have yet to begun to do this work. But the reason I wanted to bring this out is just stress the importance of doing this part of the work, which is bringing forth Lord's word and coming and taking advantage of this internet in an effort to make sure that this reaches the elect, those elect who may have not yet begun to do the work. This might be something that might inspire you to begin to do the work, because it's important that we bring forth these lessons and bring out the information that we've been taught, so that we don't just sit on this information and not pass it on in an effort to have the 144,000 elect sealed. The first verse that I wanted to bring out was John 21 and verse 15, and this won't be very long. I just have a few verses that I wanted to bring out, and I don't have a whole lot. Just being reminded by Apostle Ramlab that sometimes you just have to go in and just hit the button, and that's kind of what I'm doing today. Just wanted to bring out a few things that were on my mind. So I'm going to go over to John chapter 21 verse 15. It says the love motivation here at the heading that you can see, and it says, so when they had dined, Yahweh Shai saith to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my lambs. That's kind of what I was going into earlier, just saying that's the important that we bring out these lessons, and that we do these lessons and bring them forth, because there are some who hear these lessons and get understanding of the Lord's word, and get understanding of what part that they must take and know what they must do coming into this truth. Like I said, you can't just sit on this information. It's important that you do your part and do this work, and part of that is bringing forth these lessons, or bringing forth these epistles, and that indeed is what these are. These are verbal epistles. Let's just look that word up. I'm gonna go to Google. And let's see, we can see here it says a poem or other literary work in the form of a letter or a series of letters. It says a book of the New Testament in the form of a letter from an apostle. All right, now I am a novice at this, and I do learn from the men of Great Millstone, but the men of Great Millstone teach this 100% truth, and you can be edified by any of these men of Great Millstone who bring forth these verbal epistles. All right, so I just wanted to show that real quick before we continue. Verse 16, it says, he saith to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, Feed my sheep. In verse 17, it says, he saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, Lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things, thou knowest that I love thee. Yahushua saith unto him, Feed my sheep. All right, and you can see the importance and how much is being stressed by Yahushua with his conversation with Peter, that the importance of feeding the sheep. All right, the importance of learning this 100% truth and doing these lessons and bringing out these lessons in an effort to be able to seal the 144 elect. All right, so you can see that he asked him 3 times. All right, so you can see he's stressing the importance of feeding the sheep, and it's important that we do that. So that's why we bring these lessons forth. That's why we go on the internet and make sure that they are done. And the men of Great Millstone, the majority of those men do these lessons daily. All right, me being a novice, I'm not doing them daily yet, but I do try to be very somewhat consistent on a weekly basis, bringing these lessons out. And I pray that I'm able to bring out even more. All right. And as you can tell that, me being a novice at this, I'm not some elegant speaker, all right? And this is not my strong suit, but I'm not really caring about that. Initially, it wasn't intimidating. The fact, even the thought of bringing out these lessons, but I know the importance of bringing forth these lessons and bringing forth this 100% truth, because even though I'm not some eloquent speaker, I know it must be done, and I know the work must be done, and I pray that it be edifying to whoever does hear it. And I'm going to bring that out too. I'm going to go over to 1 Corinthians chapter 2. And I'm going to start right here at verse 1. And you can see the heading there. It says Paul's reliance upon the Spirit. And verse 1 says, And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of the Most High. All right. I want to read that in the NLT. It says, when I first came to you, dear brothers and sisters, I didn't use lofty words and impressive wisdom to tell you the Most High's secret plan. All right. And I wanted to bring that out just to show you that you don't have to be some great orator who goes around speaking, or is even accustomed to speaking to large crowds or large amounts of people, because a lot of times, even with myself, I know these aren't going out to a large amount of people. I'm just praying that whoever does listen to it is edified by it, and like I said, it might even be something that prompts you to get started, to make sure that you do bring forth this 100% truth, and to do your part. All right, making sure that you help to seal the 144,000 elect, because that is what it's all about. It's not about trying to prop yourself up and make yourself look like you this great orator. All right, It's about making sure that you get the word out, to get the 100% truth out. All right. Let me see if I can't find it, because sometimes, let me see. Isaiah 28:11 says, and I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, "So now the Most High will have to speak to his people through foreign oppressors who speak a strange language." All right. It says, for in an NLT says, "For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to this people." All right. And like you can tell, I'm no great speaker. I'm no eloquent speaker, and I stutter. I may stammer from time to time, but I know the important thing is to bring forth this 100% truth and making sure that it gets out in an effort to help to seal the 144,000 elect. Because I love the Lord. That is what I want to do. I want to do what part that I'm able to do in order to help, in order to make sure that the 144,000 elect are sealed, because they will be sealed, even if no one hears my epistle, my letter, or lessons at all. All right, it's written that 144,000 elect will be sealed. So I'm just praying that I'm able to do my part, making an effort to help that 144,000 elect are sealed. All right, and like I said, with me being a novice, the only thing that I can do is just go verse by verse, a little bit at a time, just to bring out this 100% truth. I mean, not trying to go too deep, but I'm trying to make sure that I do what's required of me, what my job is, what my part is. And that's why you see us, when we do teach this word, you see us go from one area in the Bible to another area in the Bible, in order to make sure that we're bringing forth this 100% truth and that is being understood. All right, and just to show you why we do this, let's see. I'm just going to go up a verse here. It's Isaiah 28:10. It says, "For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little." All right, and that's the reason why you'll see the men of Great Millstone, when they're bringing out this truth, there's different areas that they'll jump around to in the scriptures, just in an effort to make sure that it's understood what is being taught on a particular lesson. All right. There's reason that why they jump around, because there's reason to jump around. There's precepts that back up precepts that they bring out, and when they pertain to one another, it's important that they go to those areas in order to bring out an understanding of what it is they're teaching upon on that particular lesson. All right. And I just have one other place that I wanted to go, because, like I said, it's just an effort to help to do my part in this thing. All right. Back in 1 Corinthians chapter 3. I'm going to go 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 2. It says, "I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hitherto ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able." And I'll read that in the NLT. It says, "I had to feed you with milk and not with solid food, because you weren't ready for anything stronger, and you still aren't ready." All right, me myself, even being a novice, there's a lot of things that I won't even bring out while I'm getting understanding. I just want to make sure that I'm bringing forth information that I have an understanding on, that I can bring forth like I said, in an effort to help to seal that 144,000 elect, you know. And I know there may be those who are listening or may come across this who are well versed in this word and have a good solid understanding of this word. So my bringing out milk teaching or you know, beginnings of this teaching is not an effort to insult anybody, because I know there's a lot of people who know much more, you know, that I'm bringing than what I'm bringing forth. But I do this in an effort to make sure that I'm taking steps, you know, to go into the basics before I go further. All right, because the point is to get a good understanding, and the point is to edify the listener, like I said. And this is to help those who may be on the sideline, who have not yet begun to bring out lessons, and who have not yet begun to go and to do this thing the way they should be doing it, or do the work. So that is my reason for bringing this lesson out today. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and end it there. And as I've been saying, I pray that this will be edifying to the listener, whoever it should go out to. All right, and I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha HaKadosh, and Shalom.